Sadashivasamarambha Shankaracharya-madhyama Asmadacharya-paryanta Vande Guru-paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Explore the past to explore your future. Today's subject is explore the past to explore your future. So as I said, next few days we will be working on the past lives. I will reveal some of the deep truths related to past lives, the second layer past. I was just seeing some of the researchers and documentaries related to these past lives, how the kids remember their past lives, how people remember about their past lives, and the research done on their life and matching their memories with the facts. It's like if somebody remembers their past life, collecting information about everything and going and investigating in the other side. So, I was seeing some of the documentaries and movies and research project reports done in this line. It is not that some people who have a past life memory will remember the whole thing vividly, step by step, inch by inch. We need to know even the first layer past, which is few days before, few weeks before, we don't remember. What usually people remember who have the past life memory is the strong incidences which really made impact on them. For example, in this life, if somebody is completely fear-based, they will remember their death. They will remember all the frightening incidents happened in their past life. So if you ask questions related to that and verify with the fact, it will 100% match. If somebody is too romantic, loving, if you ask about their past life romance and loving memories, they will give you 100% exactly right information. You can verify with the fact, that will be exactly true. So what prarabdha this guy is carrying, see, prarabdha is the tip of the iceberg which you see. The first layer past, whatever you see, the prarabdha, that only will have the root in agamya, in the past lives. For example, when you see a tip of the iceberg, you know below that there is a huge ice hill. Only that, in that place if you search, you will see the ice layer. If you are just searching, oh no, I have searched in so many places where the water is and below there is no ice. See, the problem is, this is such a subtle science. You need a loving ambience. For example, suddenly you remember your past life. Some comes and sits in front of you and starts investigating you, interrogating you. Even little you remember will be forgotten. Even little you remember will be forgotten, because this memory comes to you not like a vivid. It comes to you layer by layer. If you are able to open up first layer in a very relaxed, restful awareness way, the second layer opens up. Another one important thing you need to know, human being basically expresses more, remembers more, revives himself more, rejuvenates himself more if he is accepted. It's a basic psychology, understand? Enlightened beings will just radiate whether they are accepted or not. An enlightened master's presence itself so heavy, nobody can resist. So master just does what he needs to do. And he goes on and on and on. Another important thing we need to know. But a normal man will not be able to do this. When a normal man remembers his past, you need a loving ambience where he can open up layer by layer, step by step, inch by inch, being by being. So, first thing you need to find out is prarabdha. Means what is a major active engram in him. So all the memories related to that should be digged out. They will naturally prove 100% factual. Then after you prove the basic something 100% factual, then if you go on talking to them, they will open layer by layer, inch by inch, because they will have the confidence, understand, the confidence suddenly opens up the whole thing. I really tell you, if you have the confidence, you can learn certain language. You don't need to read the whole language, grammar, words and everything. Just you will open up and the language will start coming out. That's all. I can give you all the English books I have read, but you will not find the words and the sentences which I am using in those books surely. Maybe those books were initial inspiration. Once the confidence is gained, suddenly, which was not an ordinary thing, starts coming out, starts expressing. So these great scholars, Rishis, who are doing amazing work, I am seeing so many Western researchers. It is now we need to classify the Rishis based on the honesty, not from the place where they took birth. First layer memory itself is so difficult to remember. So when somebody is remembering the second layer memory, you need to listen with a lot of patience, understand from the roots from where it is coming, and analyze bit by bit, connect it to prove the truth. I am not saying you need to compromise on the fact or the truth. All I am saying is you need to have the tremendous sympathy and create a loving atmosphere for that person to open up and dig deep into himself. The other researchers, actually the other researchers who are great Rishis, I want to even support them. I wanted to send them some message. If some of them can come, I can guide them exactly what way this analysis should be done. See, if somebody has birthmark related to their past violent death, I have seen yesterday in the researchers, one guy in India had in his present birth, he has a birthmark in his leg as if one car tire has gone on him, including the mark, and he remembers very clearly his past birth and past death, violent death. And they went and verified exactly on the same day, person died with the same accident in the same place. So now, this guy's violent death, if you ask, it will be 100% factual. But if you ask about his romance or his wife's name, he will never be able to remember. Because the fear kills or wipes or pushes the romance memory to the deep down. Same way, romance, when it goes up, pushes the fear memory deep down. That is why whenever you are in romance, you will do acts without knowing the side effect or after effect. And later on repent for it. Like marriages. You do all this act and later on, somebody asked, one son asked the father, "Father, how much it costs to marry?" Father says, "I do not know how much, but still I am paying for it." When the fear comes up, romance will be suppressed. When the romance comes up, fear will be suppressed. So you need to first find out what is his major prarabdha. For example, if somebody is highly interested in eating in this life, if you ask the food lifestyle of the past birth, he will give you exactly 100% reference and factual, provable, verifiable facts, truths. But if he is completely interested in clothes, if you go on digging about what was the state you stayed and what was the food, he will not be able to give the fact. He will not be able to give the truth. So, we need to know a little bit about the personality and know first what to dig out. If the scientists who are working in this line of past life, if they just know this understanding, I can tell you, we can very clearly prove this great science of the past life, reincarnation theory. Reincarnation truths. I really wanted, yesterday only I was telling some of our doctors, why don't you contact these researchers and get them here? Just 2 hours I will sit with them. I will fulfill their 1,000 researches. There are people who have done research on 1,000 cases. And their situation is so pathetic. So actually I can teach exactly what kind of exploration you need to do. I can give them the mold or some of the great revelations, the truths. And another one thing, if somebody carries birthmarks in their body related to past birth, based on the place they carry, what kind of emotions you need to dig out first can be very clearly suggested. And same way, the qualities they carry, easily irritable or very peaceful, having strong restful awareness or very less IQ or high IQ, based on this we can very clearly classify what field about his past will open up first. It's almost like a clutching and unclutching. See, last time when they unclutched, in which gear again they clutched? 4th gear or 3rd gear or 1st gear or 2nd gear. That's all. We can guide them. I was telling yesterday our doctors, please invite them. Just if I sit with them 2 hours, what they cannot understand in doing 10,000 case studies, they can understand in 2 hours. And their whole research will be completely new. They will understand the whole thing in a new perspective. So here I am telling the whole world who knows completely the science of past life and who can clearly open up and express every inch, every bit. Any question, anybody who is interested in doing any research on the theory of reincarnation and past life, I give you an invitation and I welcome you to come here. We will provide all the beautiful ambience and all my mystical experience. I don't know how rare, what I can open up and offer, but anything you can take it, I'll be happy to support, encourage and enrich the research and development in the line of reincarnation and past life regression theory. I will be able to help these scientists. I really welcome these scientists. This line, we need to work a lot. Understand? The great truth of past life, reincarnation theory, understand non-understanding of reincarnation theory, non-appliance of the reincarnation theory is responsible for our Indian poverty. When India was really understanding and applying the reincarnation theory, it was so rich, richest economy in the world. We built 217 feet tall granite tower in Tanjore, a small village which does not have quarry at least around 50 mile radius. So every bit of the stone has to be moved from 50 mile to the spot where the temple was built. I am saying at least 50 mile. And how many thousand tons of stone is used, we don't know. And not only that, the funny thing is, after building the whole thing, he covered it with the gold. Then what kind of rich they had and they exhibited. For 700 years, that building was the world's tallest building, an unbroken record for 700 years. It's only just 300 years before the record was broken. Actually, when you understand the reincarnation theory, have that in your strategy planning about the whole life, you will be in such a restful awareness, such a high intelligent strategy planner. You will not be wasting time in destroying others' wealth. You will be creating a creative wealth. So much of strategy planning and creation in everything will happen. All our richness and wealth will be created and exhibited properly. So it is the reality of reincarnation theory should become again a day-to-day strategy planning truth for people. See, 20 years before I can say, at least twice a day, any Indian will utter, consciously or unconsciously, it will all come in the next life, whatever you do here, it will all come in the next life. At least twice he will tell some word about the past life theory, reincarnation theory. That was part of our mental setup. Unfortunately, recently we lost. So, not having the reincarnation theory as part of our life is responsible for our poverty, not the other way. We need to understand very clearly how to explore the kids. So sometime you need to understand how these facts should be collected, matching should be done, cross verifying should be done, and the truth should be, we should arrive to the truth, conclusion. See, you should not compromise in the shraddha of enquiry sense, means digging into the truth. That shraddha should not be lost, but you should have the patience and sympathy for the person to reveal what the person experienced or remembers. Here we have some of the research reports. The most profound research proof of past life connections is documented by National Geographic DNA Journey, Genographic Project, they call it. Diba Ilmes, a past life regression therapist, wrote, "One of my clients is a 39-year-old woman, a computer engineer in Turkey. At first meeting, she mentioned that she had an attraction to Russia. Since childhood, she found herself as a woman in Russia. In first past life regression therapy, she sent her DNA samples to Genographic Project to National Geographic. The results show the origin goes to Russia." In DNA, understand. In the second regression session, she found herself as a young woman in a small village which she called Lapland. She had been killed by German soldiers along with the entire village. Evidence showed that Lapland was an area in Sweden and the German soldiers had killed all people in Lapland in the late World War II. Again, the National Geographic Genographic Project showed her DNA connection to Lapland. Dr. Jim B. Tucker, in his book Past Lives, says, evidence of past life memories may exist in our everyday lives. Child prodigies, for example, may have acquired certain skills and talents to such high degrees in a past life that those skills became deeply embedded in their consciousness. Our attitudes, beliefs, obsessions and compulsions stem from past lives. Even love at first sight has been associated with the past life phenomena. I completely agree with it. I can give you from my own example, my own life, the extraordinary intelligence I showed in the knowledge of the Vedic tradition, Puranas, the Upanishads, or the traditional scriptures, and the memory I exhibited before even the age of 10, without even being trained in any formal way. Of course, not just my family, the whole village, Thiruvannamalai village is a witness for the extraordinary way of me expressing the stories, the Upanishads and Gita and Yoga Sutra and whatnot. So I can tell you, this revelation is truth, And of course, Bhagavad Gita says, Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna tanyaham veda sarvani natvam vetta param tapaha. Krishna says, you and I have passed many births, O Arjuna. Difference is, I can remember all of them, but you don't know yours. Understand, I want to tell you. Even in Islam, there are many sects of Islam who had honest research and development, completely accept and understand and believe, experience the theory of reincarnation. Yesterday I was browsing and studying. I found shocking. Even many sects of Islam, many parts of Islam do believe in reincarnation theory, trace their beliefs back to Quran. I was really surprised. Which verses of Quran accepts reincarnation theory? Still I am not able to understand. But many parts and sects of Muslims are accepting and experiencing reincarnation theory, and they say their roots are established in Quran, but still I am yet to dig out which verses are accepting. I am not able to know. Many, same way, many Christian sects, Christian theologians accepts and experience the truth of reincarnation, and they also trace their belief back to Bible, saying that there is quotation from Bible, there are many things up in the heaven which normal mind can't understand. Normal people can't understand. Of course, they have their own way of quoting. Anyhow, I am not going into the controversy of whether other religions accept or not. I am not even bothered about this as a religious faith. See, if some religions accept reincarnation, it is up to them. If some of them don't accept, they may be having their own reason. When Jesus says there is no many lives, there is only one life, maybe he will be having a reason that if you say that there are many lives, these fellows may not do sadhana and get enlightened. He might have used that as a technique. So, I do not want to get into the controversy of whether some religions accept or not reincarnation theory. I am not talking about reincarnation theory as a religious belief. I am more talking about this as a scientific fact. See, if whether sun goes round the planet Earth or planet Earth goes round the sun, if it is a controversy to be discussed based on the religious faith, I don't want to get into that. If the controversy has to be discussed as the fact, as a scientific fact, I am ready, I am all out. So even this reincarnation theory, I am not interested in getting into it as a religious controversy. I am digging out on this as a truth, scientific fact, the exact happening. So understand, again today, the essence of what I want to say is the methods with which reincarnation theory researches are being done are not complete enough. If we can educate the researchers about the methods, then they can dig deep and prove the whole truth very scientifically. That's first thing. Second thing I want to say, these foolish, arrogant village Iraq researchers, that's a right name I want to give for them, irrational village Iraq researchers, they need to have little patience and sympathy when you look into these great mystical realities, realms. And I will really be happy to work with both group. One, the great, sensitive, intelligent researchers who are spending decades in this truth and millions of dollars in this truth. I will be happy to support them, evolving a right strategy and method of questioning and digging the truth. On the other side, these village Iraq scientists, if they are interested, I can give them more clarity and understanding and provable facts by digging into my own past births or many of my disciples or devotees' past births, or even the specimen they bring who has little past life memory, or any specimen they bring, I can guide that person and open up that person's past life memory and help them for their research. If they are interested in truth, I am not interested in wasting my time in idiots who have already concluded past life theory is a lie, hoax, and they are interested in only proving that. They are not interested in finding the reality. I am not interested in wasting my time with those fools. I am interested in people who have the openness, who are sincere about their seeking, their search. I will really be able to help and guide them to experience the great truth of reincarnation theory. I think this is going to be one of my life's mission, establishing the truth about the reincarnation theory in the planet Earth. That will change the whole way we plan and make strategies about economy, infrastructure, politics, education, everything, just everything will really completely change. Maybe we will contribute in that line in a big way. So tomorrow I will dig more deeper into this reincarnation truths. And yesterday I left some of the questions which is supposed to be answered today. Tomorrow I will be answering them with a lot of evidences and proofs, very clear way. I bless you all to experience and radiate enlightenment. Let you all achieve, live, experience, express, radiate the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you.